Hello and welcome to Good Boys Gone Bland, the Adventures of Baron Munchausen. I'm your co-host, Denali.
I'm your co-host, Ryan Munchausen.
And it's me, your co-host, Jace Munchausen.
Are we all supposed to have the last
Munchausen
name?
boys.
Was the
Munchausen boys and Denali are back in the house.
classic team, the two Munchausen brothers?
Is that what his name
And
means?
Denali.
Eat houses?
Yeah.
Munch,
Yeah, it's a German
Munchausen?
name. Welcome, folks. Our long-awaited episode for the Adventures of Baron Munchausen. Out now. We did it, folks.
We finally caved. We finally caved
did it, dude.
to
We
all
were
the fan
resisting so
pressure.
long.
So for everybody who keeps DMing us, do the Adventures of Baron Munchausen. This is for you, and please stop. Like you can stop sending us
Please
those
stop.
increasingly threatening emails.
Yeah, not even fanfic. We would read them if they were fanfic, but they're just
Right.
mean.
No one's ever sent fanfic. It's actually like fuck.
Gustavus fan 159. I'm talking to you specifically. Like you can stop.
Yeah.
This movie, though, is a kind of a spiritual sequel to a movie Ryan and I watched because this is part of the Terry Gilliam's Imagination trilogy. It's the final movie.
I don't even know what the fuck that means, but I've read it like 8 times, and I
Yeah,
feel
dude.
like I missed out.
Yeah, so Terry Gilliam is the director, and he directed a bunch of other movies. This is actually this is our third Terry Gilliam movie on
That's
this podcast.
Like this, I think he's our most watched director.
That's crazy. That's like actually crazy because the only other one I've seen outside of this podcast is probably Monty Python.
Yeah, he's a Monty Python writer and animator. And he also made the movie Brazil, which is like the second movie. Jace, did you listen to Time Bandits, Jace? Did you listen to Ryan and I's Time Bandits bonus episode? Did you like it?
I listened to probably 60% of it.
Oh, okay.
Well, we must have explained that in the last 40% then.
That movie is the first of that series. This is the conclusion. Like, it's supposed to represent different phases of someone's life. The Time Bandits was little boy. Brazil is when you go through your Brazilian phase. And this one,
22.
no, Brazil is like middle age, and this one is like your old man phase of your
Yeah,
life.
I don't know how much of that is just fans like retrospectively putting that on the films because it makes
No, dude.
sense. Like
It's genius. It's like this stars an old man, and this was the same boy from Time Bandits.
no, let's
Think about it.
we don't have to go into Terry Gilliam's fandom
Who's
page.
Terry Gilliam?
It's the person who directed this movie.
Yeah, but who is he?
He's a guy. He was a member of the Monty Python, and then he
Yeah.
started making movies.
Which one was he?
Oh yeah, which one? Well,
He's not one of the main knights. I
Kind
don't
of a
think he is the
square
guy
thing.
on the bridge, the 3-question bridge in Monty
The
Python.
guy,
and
the
Holy
guy's
Grail.
like, answer me 3 questions. That
What
guy?
is your quest? Yeah, that's
That
Terry
person?
Gilliam. I believe that's Terry Gilliam.
I used to think Terry Gilliam was the person from X-Files.
David Duchovny,
No, the other one. David's
Gillian
partner.
Anderson.
Yeah, I thought that was Terry Gilliam for a long time.
You thought the female actor who played
Yeah, I thought Terry Gilliam
Scott
was
Scully
when they.
was. You thought
Yeah, I
Scully
thought that
was
for a long time. Anyways, dude, it's not important.
Let's not
a
get hung
member
up
of
on
Monty
that.
Python.
Let's not get let's not get hung
Wait.
up, dude.
She in the 90s, she was like in her late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah, dude, the names are similar, dude. It's kind of like Matt Damon, Mark Wahlberg shit, where you think they're the same person. And
Gillian Anderson.
I get it. They
Do you
both
guys
got Jilly
believe-
in their name.
Yeah. So this guy, Baron
Gilliam.
Munchausen, right? This guy, Baron von Munchausen. Do you guys like? This is a hot button issue, but I think we should squash it today. You guys think he's real?
I think he was real, right? That was the whole thing.
Well,
I think.
Well, I think
and
we got a
this is
truther over
something.
here.
coming from our squatcher.
Yeah,
I think he's
thinks
fake.
I think he's definitely fake.
I.
Where's the evidence, dude? You got a photo?
You know what? You got me. You got me. I don't have a photographic evidence of someone who lived in the like 1700s.
No videos of him.
Wait, yeah, you got any videos, dude? How come
No.
he's so blurry, dude? They can't get a good
How come he
shot of
doesn't-
him.
And all the footprints, you know what? They could easily be faked.
It could be some other guy's footprint.
Yeah.
I was reading though that this is based on a real guy named Baron von Munchausen.
You read his
Yeah,
full
that's
name?
what we're
He's-
talking about.
Yeah, but that's different guy though. But I think he's based on a real military dude who was German. He served in the Russian military, and he told a lot of tall tales. And I think that's how they kind of built this myth. They kind of like Chuck Norris'd him, into like all these like fanfics and.
I have a reputation of being a tall tailor at my office.
Oh.
And it's come from me just having some people are like, oh, Ryan, he's got a story for everything. And I think they think I'm sitting there making up a story for whatever they bring up. But just like it turns out our lives are just like we had unusual upbringings. And I've lived in a couple different places too, and a lot of people here just they grew up here because it's a city like enough to sustain an entire life.
Yeah.
So everybody thinks my stories are absolutely crazy, like could not be true.
Yeah, I think so. I think we have a unique childhood, so it's strange for people who didn't grow up like that. I mean, the three of us too also had like a history teacher that was known for tall tales as well.
Oh yeah.
And I remember one of his some of his stories were verified true. We found out with photo evidence, but other ones are just like he's like, yeah, I was in a canoe once, and I saw this guy fishing, right? And he's like fly fishing on the river, and a bear shows up right behind him. So he turns around and he's like, get away, bear. And he smacks him with his fishing rod. And the bear swings his arm and decapitates him. Blood pools up like a fountain and he drops to his knees. And then he's like, and then me and the guy in the boat, we threw up and paddled away. Never saw the guy again. And I was like, what? Like, that can't be, like, there's no fucking way, right?
My dad is like that too. So my dad, he worked out of town his entire life for like 40 years, like he does cell sites on like remote mountains and shit. And in the villages and everything all over Alaska. And he has tales about freaking everywhere. Did I tell you guys about the one he told me when he was here most recently?
No.
I
love dad stories, dude. Like,
I feel like I might have. Okay, we don't have to put the whole thing in the episode if we don't want. But I showed him my flight simulator.
Okay.
And everywhere we go, like in Alaska, there's one part of it that part of the game that's bush trips. So you like take a bush plane and you have to go to each village in a row, and you only get like a map and like verbal directions on how to get places.
Okay.
And so I was showing him what I did, and everywhere he's like, "Oh, I have a store right here. I have a store right here. I have a store right here." And it's crazy. Some of the stories are really cool.
Wow.
But one of them, he was like, "Oh yeah, oh I was down there. I flew in that plane over when I took your dad moose hunting, and there we had this. My friend flew us in." And him and his wife, they that's what they did. They flew cargo planes, but they'd charter people around. And they had a big cargo plane. Not like a little bush plane, but it was a DC-3. It's a big plane. So he's like, yeah, but one that right after they flew us in there, they were going down to Cold Bay. And they were hauling a load of cod sperm, and they flew right into a mountain.
Wait, can you back up for a sec? They were hauling cod sperm?
Yeah, so you're me in this scenario.
Like,
and I'm like, wait. What? He's like, yep. 1 minute, both your friends are alive. Next, bam, flat into a mountain and a load of cod come.
No, he say it like that.
He literally said that.
Biggest load ever blown.
We were in our neighborhood restaurant where I'm like a regular. Matter of fact. And I look at Julie, and Julie's like, what the fuck?
You don't recover from that.
So I was like, oh, so I guess that's why they weren't in your stories anymore. And he's like, yep.
Wow. Okay, that's like, if that's like for real, like that's really tragic and horrible.
Oh, absolutely.
But like, why are they?
That's what I'm talking about. He just is like, oh yeah, I remember when this person flew me out of this place, and then he goes on a story, and it's like, you have no idea where it's going.
Right, where it's gonna go.
Found out that's why they're not in my dad's stories after I'm like 6 years old.
Yeah, I mean, I think all of our dads too had a lot of like adventurous lives too. It's like, the dad lore memes, and because like I also feel like Jason and I too have parents in the military, and we encounter a lot of military people. A lot of military guys have tall tales as well. Like tales about like, oh yeah, I saw a camel spider once leap out of a camel corpse and eat a guy's face off. No more face. And it's like, oh wow, oh Jesus, okay. Like,
my best friend stuck his fingers in my other best friend's ass.
I believe that.
Oh, okay. It was just a Tuesday night
cousin
out in the desert.
What are you telling me this? You gotta love tall tale people, though. I feel like that's, we've discussed this in other episodes, like the ability to tell a good story. Sometimes that's just like more valuable than an accurate story. I
Yeah.
think, you know, you gather around a fire, you hear something like wild, and it's like everyone's engrossed and you all bond over it. Sometimes you can't let the truth get in the way of a good story.
I completely agree. And that's usually what happens at work is like, we won't be talking about anything interesting. I'll be like, I had this like kind of interesting story, but if I kind of reorder it a little bit, I can make a punchline out of it.
Oh yeah.
And that's what I really like doing is like trying to, in the moment, like improv, remix a story that to make it more interesting. And normally it works, but freaking Amy, sometimes she requests like I'm a jukebox. She'll like be like, hey, tell them about this time that this happened. And she will say the punchline.
Oh.
So I'm
make a new one.
I'm trying to like, we're trying to drill it down. Like, hey, bring up some things about the premise. that you
Step
want
on my
us to talk about.
toes, or we're gonna have a fucking problem.
You
Yeah.
said D's nuts already, so it's like it's pointless for me to tell the story now.
Should we talk about the movie?
Baron
No,
Munchausen. Why
Yeah.
is a German dude? I don't know. Okay, that's my
Yeah.
fun fact for this movie. It is like a Wikipedia black hole that
Yeah.
like you go onto it and you're like, whoa. And there's like a lot of blue and it's kind of crazy. And you're like, why is that underlined? And you click that shit and then you're like, oh shit. And then you're like 8 links deep learning about a dude from the 2nd century who wrote the book about flying to the moon and getting eaten by a giant
Yeah.
fish. And you're like, what the fuck? And like, I'm trying
What
to
are the
read about
sheep
Baron
wars?
Munchausen, but I'm learning about the Ottoman Empire.
I had the same experience, Jace, going in here because I was like, I don't know much about 1800s conflicts, especially in this region. And it honestly, for the movie, it does not fucking matter at all. Like, I was like trying to brush up on my Ottoman history and like Eastern European, and I was just like, I watched the movie and I was like, great, that was completely useless. There's not even like, Jace, this was your pick.
Yeah.
Do you want to get into the synopsis? Why did you pick this movie, first of all? What was your kind of like, how did you find this movie? That was what I was wondering too.
I pitched a dog movie and then I
Yeah.
pitched another really bad movie. I pitched a 3rd movie and
This
then
is
you
kind of a
texted
dog
me
movie.
on like Friday night and you were like, dude, please, you're holding us hostage. Pick a
Pull
movie.
the trigger.
And I was like, oh God, I don't know what to do. And then I went to Google and then I found a letterbox. Then I found a letterbox
Are you trying
list.
to Baron Munchausen us?
And then it was on a list of psychedelic films. And quite
okay.
That's right there.
yeah, that was it. Quite frankly, I like the I'm thinking like title card. Like I like the image for the if
The
you bought the
cover.
VHS of this, the cover
Yeah.
would look really cool. It looked
That's how far removed we are from physical media.
I
It's like
know.
we couldn't even think of the name of the thing.
Yeah.
Of like, what do you call it when it's just like a picture and it's like the movie?
It's on top of something. Like there's like the front.
Yeah,
Um,
the cover is good.
the synopsis of this movie. There is a British controlled city that's under siege by the Ottoman Empire, and a traveling troupe is telling the story of Baron Munchausen to the people of this besieged city before the real Baron Munchausen shows up and tells them they're telling it wrong and goes on this fantastical adventure to the moon, to a volcano, into the mouth of a fish with this young girl, Sally, who's like, please, we need to save our fucking town, man. And he's like, well, it'll be cool. Yeah, and it's a fantastical tale. It's sick.
Yeah.
It looks like you're watching like a stage production. Like
Yeah. Can you imagine the scenario of like the world, like right now, this falling apart around you, like literally just shit's hitting the fan, and you're trying to escape by watching like a movie, like you're trying to watch like Forrest Gump, like a familiar story that's good. And then like 30 seconds in, some old guy comes in. He's like, no, 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 that's not what happened. I'm the real Forrest Gump. And this is what really happened. And he like turns the projector off. And like, that's basically what happened to these poor people in the audience. Like, and they were surprisingly tolerant of this old man interrupting kind of a sick play with amazing special effects.
amazing. It like
Yeah, and the whole building is crumbling.
yeah.
And the audience is literally like sitting on rubble, and the play is actually like world class quality.
He's got
Yeah,
a
like,
sword. You have
there's-
to listen to him. I mean, you know, now it'd be a
he
gun.
yeah, I think the situation would be a little-
up.
I'm Forrest Gump. Everyone calm down. It's okay. I shot that guy's nose off. Yeah, my first reaction, Jace, like watching this movie, because I was like, okay, it's Terry Gilliam. Ryan and I saw Time Bandits, which is like a really low budget movie. I was like, I'm gonna prepare for that like level of production. And when we turned it on, it was like Ottoman cannons laying siege to like a European city, like thousands of extras just like running around. Things are on fire, like pyrotechnics. And I was like, holy shit! Like, is this some kind of like lost high budget movie? And that's where I also fell down the rabbit hole of the production hell of this movie. Yeah. I was surprised by it. Like, I mean, what did you guys feel like going in?
I watched it this morning, and like with Time Bandits, Time Bandits was kind of a slog for me.
Yeah.
You know, you don't really know where it's going, and it just kind of like jumps around scene to scene. So if a one scene in that movie's not paced that well, then it can be tough. And so immediately the first 10 minutes, I kept checking my phone a little bit and being like, okay, come on, like what's going on? And it felt a little slow, but I thought the setting was interesting. The setting was like, you are, for lack of a better word, you're like thrown right into this like war between these two sides. And it's kind of hard to care until the real guy shows up, and then you kind of sit upright. But I had the similar experience too, where I was actually thinking like, man, they put a lot of heart into this set because it's all practical. There's only like one digital shot in the whole thing. It's all practical effects. And so they've got these, they're probably foam bricks and stuff, but there's bricks flying all over. There's stuff on fire. There's horses running through, and there's a buttload of extras. I really like that, where there's like real people and not everything is just a tight one person shot.
Nothing going into this, no expectations. And I was like, I might have picked a movie that we're going to sit here and we're going to talk shit about for 2 hours.
I was real surprised that you picked that you of all people.
Yeah, I was like, how's Jace doing? Like, it's like, this is all of Jace's like classic, what was it, historical fiction about some military conflict.
It started, and what Ryan said, it started really slow for me, but one of the first scenes is the elected official that's overseeing this town in a room signing paperwork, and they bring in this guy, and they're like,
Sting.
This guy is a fucking hero. This guy fought off 20 fucking dudes. He saved the lives of everybody in the city. And the guy's like, kill him. We can't have that. It'll make the other soldiers feel bad about themselves. And I was like,
executed at once.
I think I was like, oh, okay, we're gonna get some good. This is gonna be funny.
Yeah. It's a very Monty Python sort of joke.
And that, that's our second appearance of Sting from Dune 1984, and he has like 2 lines, I think, but his like facial act, like his comedic acting in that scene where he's like, look, he has his chin up and he's proud, and he's like, take him away, and the way his face just kind of like darts to side as he's being pulled away, I thought was like really fucking funny. And it's also the that whatever chancellor of the town. That's also the priest dude from Game of Thrones. Do you guys recognize John?
That's where it is. Okay.
Yeah.
And he's in Parts of the Caribbean. He's Elizabeth's dad.
And then after the scene, he decides to have a French accent, kind of randomly in this movie as well.
I think something I need to say right off the bat, and because I think Denali may be going in the opposite direction of me, so I want to put this out there. I freaking loved this movie. Like I had an amazing time. This is one of the best movies I've ever seen. Yeah. I legit, not even like subjectively, I think objectively, this is one of like, this movie is fucking amazing. I love just about every goddamn second of it, and I'm really glad that we watched it. And it's now going on my list of like daytime rewatch movies.
That is so. I mean, one, I'm happy to hear that too, because like that's wild for me to hear. Because like to me, I was like, this is Time Bandits again. Like this is the same issue I had.
Well, I saw your Letterboxd review, and I was like, oh no, is this gonna be a turd? And then,
you read my review before? You can't know.
Yeah.
Jace, you gotta get on Letterboxd. You gotta see what's
seen
going
this
on
movie before?
Twisted Heads. I have.
No. He watched it before me. And then I was on my phone and his review popped up, and I was like, oh man, this is gonna suck again. But I completely thought that this was like a ride. I'll get into it more of it as we talk, but like I had a really good time, and I'm gonna watch it again. I'm gonna have to watch it again because I didn't watch it with Julie, number one, and I don't really remember everything that happened.
Well, a lot of people did like this movie too, because this actually got like good critical reviews, and
It was nominated for 4 Oscars.
yeah, but it's for costumes, like kind of
Yeah,
the
but
undercar.
still, like, that's really
yeah,
interesting.
that is. As probably you guys already read too, like the reason this is one of the biggest box office flops. For was it Paramount who put this movie out, or MGM?
Columbia.
Columbia, that's what it was. And like apparently what they put a ton of money, blood, sweat, and tears in this work. Like this is one of Terry Gilliam's like biggest swings. And then MGM traded out presidents, or Columbia traded out CEOs, and they decided to just kind of give this movie like no showings, just kind of like random like little theaters and over in West Germany, maybe like fucking like 12 screens in the US, and it just kind of quietly bombed. Just kind of a sad story for like an auteur director, big swing.
Yeah.
Like you hate to hear it.
I as part of that, and the reason is so insane. It made $8 million in the box office, but it cost him. I mean, I think figures are thrown around between 35 and like 45 million, and
That is outrageous, dude.
crazy.
Like I'm trying to do inflation calculator here. Okay, so nowadays, $46 million in 1989 was the equivalent to almost $120 million.
That's crazy.
Today.
Oh my god,
That's a lot of money, and they made how much? $8 million.
Yeah, that's not a lot.
That's $20 million. That's like the budget of a Netflix comedy nowadays. That's
and it's amazing because like
yeah.
it got good reviews at the time. Like, people liked it.
But they just tanked it on purpose. It's just crazy.
Yeah, I also think this might be a tough sell marketing wise. Think of like where the people's headspace is in like 1989. It's like, oh, an old guy and he's flying around in a hot
Right.
air balloon. Like that might be a tough sell for I think the
I don't know what the
mainstream.
fuck was happening in 1989. They were probably like, "Oh crap, that's cool."
Whoa, a hot air balloon, a dirigible.
Sony Walkman.
So yeah, they just say that. This movie too, I also was I had a certain expectation because I imagine this was going to be like a frame story, right, where he's like on the stage and he's kind of telling tales of what happened, and it kind of flashes to him being on stage. And the first flashback where he's in the Ottoman Empire visiting
Oh
the
my
Sultan.
god. I was rolling. That first flashback is so good. It's like a miniature movie. And
Yeah, that was Monty Python sketch. Like that was
the things that happened in that sketch sold it for the rest of the movie, because first off, the absolute like the amount of information that these characters have, like we're told that the Baron is this like crazy adventurer, but he's hanging out with the Sultan of the Ottoman Empire, and he's already like, yeah, he granted me access to his harem, and so they're like sitting around this like pool, and there's all these women like splashing in the water, and they make this wager that you think the Baron has this like bottle of wine that he's betting on, like in his ship or something like that. But wouldn't it be crazy if I got a bottle of wine from 1,000 miles away in Vienna in an hour? And the whole time you're thinking like, okay, what trick is he gonna pull? The trick he pulls is that there's just one of his friends can run like 3,000 miles an hour.
This is
He's a
Giant
speedster,
Legs
like-
McBig Dong, okay? And we're gonna unleash him for this.
Because he walks, so they call his friend, and his friend comes up to the castle, and his friend is wearing his Eric Idle, and he's wearing these big heavy weights, like the balls, like that you have chained to prisoners.
He's like broccoli from Naruto, like with the ankle weights.
Yeah.
And
like,
I'm thinking like, there's no way that guy's gonna get to their boat and back in an hour with the bottle of wine that they got from Vienna, and they take off the shackles. Turns out he wasn't like imprisoned. He just has to wear those shackles because otherwise he's too fast.
he's normal. Like what the fuck?
And he just like can run at literally thousands of miles an hour. That caught me so fucking off guard, that because there was no there was no explanation of like magic or whatever at all, but especially not before then. And therefore, after that, every time one of his friends was introduced, I made sure to pay like close attention, because each one of them had an absolutely ridiculous superpower, and I was not going to be able to predict what it was.
Yeah, this was like an Avengers movie. Yeah.
I think it's funny that you mentioned Naruto, because watching this, I think it's clear, or you could draw similarities to like really tightly between I think the author of One Piece is a fan of this movie because there's a crew, the Blackbeard Pirates, and their sniper looks exactly like the sniper in this movie. And I've never seen like a sniper depicted this exact way, but they're like directly on top of each other. It's like, oh,
lawsuit. Terry Gilliam's gonna get his bag, baby.
That's cool. I think that's the greatest form of, oh my God, what is that? The most sincere form of flattery,
flatulence.
imitation? Yeah, something like that.
Doesn't hold up in court, unfortunately. So One Piece, just time to cough it up.
I fart the national anthem at every hockey game.
That
sounds so.
Okay, Denali.
I didn't even do the big note though. Like
no, we're not standing that song right now. You have to cut that whole bit.
You guys didn't even stand. It's kind of fucked up.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, the speedster reveal was funny too, but he also like, I thought when he was explaining why the Sultan wants his head, I thought it was because the speedster dug a 3-foot hole, like peeling out before he starts running. Because he starts peeling out, he's like moving his feet, and he's like digging his hole in the ground. Like you don't need to peel out,
right?
To go.
And you know what? I thought too. The Sultan is completely unbothered.
He's just like, whatever, man.
All the like collateral damage that the Baron is causing, which I think is so freaking funny. Because the Sultan eventually gets really like angry over something that he really shouldn't be angry over.
Yeah.
I think that what's really great about this movie is the emphasis on storytelling. And if you nitpick these stories and you start asking questions about, well, why wasn't the Sultan worried about that? Well, then you're missing the point. The story's got to keep flowing. If we worried about every little tiny thing, then the story wouldn't go anywhere. And there wouldn't even be a point of telling it, and you wouldn't believe the things that don't make sense, like the guy who can run 3,000 miles an hour.
So are we not going to talk about the Speed Force in this episode then? About like why
there was
this man can move fast? You don't think he's using Speed Force to go this fast?
No, I don't know, because I don't know what the fuck Speed Force is.
Nobody does, Ryan.
Okay,
it's there, and it protects speedsters.
It's why the Flash can go fast.
It's about love.
Yeah, well, it's sort of about. I mean, it's the thing that kind of ties the universe together. It's the reason why Flash.
No, we're not doing this. This isn't a fucking Zack Snyder podcast, dude.
Well, I just think if you just watched the Snyder cut of the Flash, I think you'd kind of understand this movie better.
Is there a Snyder cut of the Flash?
I don't know. I hope not.
Wait, did he direct that one?
That
would be insane.
I think he did.
If I don't know how they made that decision.
Isn't
Eric Idle in this, his character, the speedster, is one of my favorite bits. I think the bits and the jokes in this movie hit for me like harder than a lot of other movies have recently, where it was just like, you left me here on this fucking moon for half my life, and you show up and you want me to drop everything and you want me to just go with you, and the Baron's like, yeah. He's like, okay.
Yeah, that's like so British too. It's such like a
the British.
All right, yeah. I think the gag that got me the most was literally the scene we're talking about with the Sultan, where he brings out the torture calliope, where he's like, "Do you want to hear a song?"
And he's like, "This one's the torturer's apprentice," and he's like, "There once was a torturer who liked his whole da 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 da."
And it's a fucking piano that, like, when he presses a key,
stabs people.
Jesus Christ. And there's like fucking hammer coming down, and whacking him in the face.
And then we get a clock wipe to the Sultan being like, Act 4. And so they've been doing this for like an hour.
And it's only like 3 people in the box.
And then there's the eunuch song. I was clutching my stomach, like rolling with the eunuch song. It caught me so off guard. It was so fucking funny.
That was like one of the stupidest fucking bits. Like, it's just, and the way this kind of shakes out, right, is because like it kind of sets the stuff in motion where he's like, if I get this drink for you, you'll let me take as much as the strongest dude can carry from your treasury, right? And he wins. The speedster gets his shit in the nick of time in a funny gag where he almost gets his head cut off. And he carries out all the treasure in the room. He's one of his
strong
friends.
Man. So like he has another member of his crew whose ability is like super strength.
Yeah.
And At one
Or is
point,
it-
he helicopters around entire battleships by their anchors. Like he throws them around in the air. It's pretty cool.
Well, is it super strength or is it mass manipulation? Like, do you think he has
Oh
the
my
ability
god,
to alter the mass of
it's super
particles?
strength. Nope, it's super
Well,
strength.
you don't really know because
No, we know it's fucking super strength. We
I
don't need to. We don't need to go to fandom.
because the way like Superman kind of interacts with things,
Stop.
you know. Okay, so yeah, he carries all the gold out of the place, and the Sultan's mad. He said he
Yeah, which
wants
is
his
kind of
head.
fucked up.
Because he said he
Did I
could do
miss
it.
this? I thought there was like no reaction. I missed this part.
Yeah, he was mad.
Oh yeah, no, there was a whole
What did he
fight.
say?
You
He'd
missed
go,
the fight.
Oh, you beat me in a bet. Fuck you.
No, he takes all the Rip guy takes all the treasure out.
Yeah, on his back,
And
and,
they're
he's like,
walking-
"Ugh."
Yeah, when they get out there, the treasurer goes back up and tells the Sultan,
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
and the Sultan gets the whole army and
Not
they
chill.
attack.
That one guy gave him a
And-
gold coin. That's fucked.
that's not fucking fucking
And
snitch,
so
dude.
the Baron's army is attacking them, and then that's when Gustavus is using his power of gust to blow the soldiers away.
Gustavus, holy shit, that's so funny. Wait, why is this fucking ding dong keeping all of his money in like one room too? Like, I feel like you need to kind
I
of
don't
have
think
multiple.
they
money
didn't have
rooms.
banks, man.
You probably could. They have room technology. They can build a second room for more money. Like,
And you
can
can't
not
look
keep
at all
eggs
your
in one-
treasure at one time. What kind of plebeian are you that's never amassed empires worth of goods?
So, yeah, they were called like Empire topplers. So wait, but Amber and I were talking about this when we saw the treasure room because it looks like a Scrooge McDuck, like fucking chests on top of like mounds of gold and stuff. And we were like, did they really do it like that? Like, that's not convenient, right? Like they probably have it on shelves or something because like filling just a room, you just throw it.
Just throw it on the ground.
Just fucking throw it on the ground. Like maybe you have so much treasure that you don't even have time to stack it all or like do things to it. You just you fill a whole room of it and that's it.
That a rich person? That's totally.
Yeah, I kind of think that's kind of the way they would do that.
They just have like a cash room.
Yeah.
Where they just kind of like a room
Mm.
full of USB drives full of like crypto coins and shit.
I can't even find a $20 bill in here.
Jesus Christ, where the fuck? It seems fun. I like looking at big treasure piles. Like there's something tactile about it. We talked about it, or I don't know if we talked about it in Treasure Planet, but like the scene where they're kind of like grabbing gold and it's just kind of like pouring through their hands. Like I always just wanted to like swim in a pile of treasure. It looks fun.
You're dragonkin, bro.
Yeah, dragon. Yeah, dude. I got my
daily.
maybe, dude. I think.
How far in is this? So I think I finally
like
I think I just
20
got
minutes.
cut up.
Yeah.
This ends. We find out that the real Baron is telling the story before the siege restarts, and then the daughter of the fake Baron Munchausen, who owns this traveling play. This is when she like runs off to yell like stop fighting. Ah.
Yeah. And this is kind of where the movie starts. Like this, like it's all this was kind of set up. You see this nightmarish creature of death as well show up.
Yeah, the Grim Reaper.
Holy fuck.
Which I thought was really cool and was a really cool theme to tie the whole movie together because the movie is literally this almost like series of scenes, and I thought it was a really interesting way to give not only like put a time limit on the Baron, but to give stakes. The Baron like wants to die, and the Grim Reaper keeps coming like literally touching him at certain points, and then by divine intervention something scares the Grim Reaper away or like kills it or something over and over and over, and the Grim Reaper just can't catch him.
Yeah, like the Grim Reaper elements, that's kind of it seems like a Terry Gilliam thing of just putting something fucking terrifying just suddenly in this story of whimsy. But also like, I don't know, poor Grim Reaper, dude. Like the Grim Reaper is like trying to do his fucking job.
Oh, here we
take his
go
good
again.
soul.
Of course,
You know, like,
Denali's
I'm
on
just
the
saying,
Grim Reaper.
The Grim Reaper is not part of the working class. The Grim Reaper is part of the elite.
What was he? Dude, he has a fucking job. He has a boss, dude. He's just.
I don't think so. I think he just does
for
it.
God.
I think he just does that.
Yeah.
He's freelance. You think he's just a guy who likes to do
No,
that?
I think he's at the top of a structure. I think he's got people working for him.
There's a statue of him in the town.
Yeah.
People who have statues of them,
Yeah.
They're not good.
they're not just
But isn't he
working a job.
What if he's just self-employed, dude, and he has no employees? Because you think there's like smaller under Grim Reaperlings who kind of take like lesser targets?
Interesting.
What an insult if you didn't get the Grim Reaper.
Yeah, you get a little one.
You get like Jeff Reaper,
like,
and you're
"Oh,
like,
Oh,
"Fuck,
hey,
he's
sorry,
fucking
I'm here to take your soul.
You're my first one.
Why? What
get in
what
the
did I
bag.
do? What did I do?
Well,
I mean, like, I guess not. What did I do? Like, what didn't I do?
you know
What's the
that
criteria?
mushroom, the mushroom pizza you ate 3 days
Yeah.
ago?
Yeah.
Wasn't a good idea. Get in
That
the
gets
bag.
me. That gets me lower on the Grim Reaper point scale.
You left it in your car for 2 days.
And so then I get a not good Grim Reaper.
I get all the pizza deaths. All right, that's my section. All right. I'm just learning. I'm the intern.
You're just like shadowing, like when a doctor comes around and you have another one there. Are you in Grim Reaper school?
Yeah, both of us do. Sorry, we're not the same guy.
Yeah,
both of us do.
We're two separate people.
Yeah,
We're two
I was
guys who
imagining.
hate all the
There's
pizza
two.
things.
There's two different Grim Reapers here with me, and one isn't the real Grim Reaper, and the other is shadowing them.
Yeah, I hold the bag while he kind of wrangles
What
you.
bag?
The where your soul goes. I hold the soul bag.
It just goes in a bag.
Yeah, just get in.
It's not,
There's tons
man.
of guys in here.
Does the normal Grim Reaper also use a bag?
I don't know what is it.
Sometimes you're gonna want to sit down. That
Why?
mushroom
Crispy
pizza
stick.
is about to hit your lower intestine in 3, 2, 1.
It's what's gonna kill him.
Okay, that was GBGB's theater.
All right, and someone say a historical figure. There's a point in this where, like what you said, Ryan, about you weren't expecting the speedster, or maybe that was Jace.
I don't know that either of us were expecting it. Were you expecting a speedster?
I was expecting a speedster. I expect a speedster in every movie because you know
You
you
were
never know when they're gonna
expecting
show
a
up.
Oh,
speedster.
okay.
Okay.
You never know because they're all like okay, like the Flash, Barry Allen.
Did
he has a
you?
secret identity.
We're not talking about the Flash again because it doesn't. This movie doesn't deserve it. Did you?
Stavatar,
Did you-
one of the Flash's enemies, is.
Did
know,
you
he's free.
Is
also-
the Flash?
Oh, it's true. He is the Flash. If it's for the future.
Did you see the Blowmaster coming?
Excuse me.
Because I thought that was an interesting.
Gustavus.
This was kind of like a deli dude situation
This was, dude,
because they had one guy who could just blow really hard.
and suck.
And
'Cause
suck.
He
suck.
sucks too.
And here.
And here,
Oh,
dude,
that's
like
right.
that's
The hearing.
too much stuff. I think That's
He
kinda
put
like
his
Wolverine, like-
foot to the ground and could tell his friend was sleeping 900 miles away.
That
Yeah,
dude is the strongest, like, of
I think
them
he's the
for
strongest
sure.
build. I think he got Wolverined though, because like you know how Wolverine, like his main power was like he could smell good, and like he has healing, and then they kind of gave him another power with the claws. Like that wasn't really like his
Huh.
thing, and they kind of made him the clog. I think this guy was like a hearing guy, and then they like did something to him to make him suck and blow hard.
Oh.
Because I think those things don't match, right? Like he doesn't. Anyways,
What about the sniper guy? I thought that was cool.
Yeah, he's just
I
got
thought the way that they
10-10
the
vision.
way they triangulated the
Yeah.
speedster by throwing they had the strong man
yeah.
throw the sniper up into the air, and then he looked and saw the guy sleeping like 900 miles away. That was pretty cool.
What do you think his power is though? Like the sniper.
Seeing and shooting. It's like Bullseye
yeah.
Do you
from
think
Daredevil.
He like manipulates matter like a bullet.
space time.
Like he could.
No,
Space time.
He's like a space.
no,
time.
he just is
I just
good
wanna
at
know
it.
the
He's just good at it.
mechanics of-
He's just good at it.
I know, but we're just I think it's important to like explain
It's
how powers
not.
work. I think our audience
No,
like wants to
no,
visualize it better.
no, because you know what? That was actually something I was going to talk about is how much I loved that this movie didn't explain anything. Didn't like a good story doesn't have an explanation for the mechanics behind its magic. All like in King Arthur's court, they didn't freaking go through some superpower analysis of why the Green Knight was able to reattach his head. You know, they just freaking said that's what happened. Everybody's like, whoa, that's cool and crazy. We didn't need to have all this freaking midichlorian stuff.
Well, the way a king's magic system is pretty cool. I think it adds a lot to the in-universe stuff. But you're right, Ryan, because in this movie, they even bring it up as a theme. This is the age of reason, science, technology, logic. And
Yeah,
he's
what-
like, what about a good story, guys?
Yeah,
And-
I think that's true. And there's a serious element to that too when the Baron is talking to the leader of the town, and the leader of the town's like, we need to have a plan that follows science and logic. And the Baron's like, if we did that every fucking time, we'd be sitting here and there'd be no cool people to do cool shit and actually get stuff done.
Shut up. Hey, ladies, give me your underwear.
Right.
And we're going to make an air balloon out of it. And we're going to the moon.
He asked 3 people for their underwear, and there was like 700 pairs of underwear.
Also, God, they had it down
That's
bad
a
in the
superpower right
1800s because those were
They
just
down
pants.
bad.
Like,
Yeah, that
there's
was
something to be said about the delicateness and I guess the daintiness, if you're a horn dog, of underwear in the 21st century versus that guy that was like, oh man,
humming. Like I was just like, dude, fucking
and they
get a
were
grip.
dirty.
Those were stained ass, gross underwear. That was like real undergarments they wore in like 1812. They looked not good. I bet you like when that air balloon like deflates and the air goes out of it, I bet you that is rank,
Smells
dude.
like fart.
It's pure fart, dude. Also, was like hot air balloons,
Yeah, when
They
did
around
those
back then?
start existing?
because like that's fucking wild, right? Like hot air, like that's incredible.
The 19th of September, 1783.
Oh, they wrote it down.
Oh wow.
The first aerostatic flight in history was an experiment carried out by the Montgolfier brothers at Versailles in 1783.
Wow, the first unmanned one was June 4th, and they did a manned flight like 6 months later. See, this is cowardice, dude. Like they did
Get in
they
that
took them
thing.
6 months. Get in it, dude. What's
Are you
the
fucking
problem?
serious?
It'll come
Well,
down.
I think the problem was they had to wait for it to come back down because there's nobody up there to pilot it.
Should we attach the string to it or
They're
something?
like, oh fuck.
Yeah. Wait, where's it going?
It reminds me of like Drake and Josh. It's like, Drake, where's the rope for the hot air balloon?
Are they on like a like a penny farthing bicycle trying to follow it? And like, oh god damn it, no! You guys remember Balloon Boy? You remember the Balloon Boy thing that was like 15 years ago? That was like on the
Yeah.
height of every headline. I was like thinking about that the other day.
Right.
It was like
it was a
like,
big hoax, right?
it took the country by storm, dude. Like everyone was talking about this, and it was this poor family who was like, they were like, our child like went up in a fucking balloon and is like stuck up there, and like he flew off or something, and it was like a manhunt to like find the kid, and it was like
I
this
think
whole
it was
thing.
a hoax.
It was a hoax because I think like during the newscast, the kid like came out of the house
Yeah.
and like it was like this wild
the
thing.
parents are like, oh,
And I think the parents got a little bit of Baron Munchausen in them. You know, they wanted to tell a fun, interesting story to the town about how their child blew away in a balloon.
it's a fine line between telling a fun story and
Oh, you think so?
grifting.
Yeah.
But and I think it's about the same people.
Yeah.
And they're pretty close to taking advantage of it.
Maybe it's the town's fault for believing that stupid story. Where they were like, my child blew away in a like they should have made up something else. Real quick, I was looking up hot air balloon fatalities because I was curious about how safe it is.
We did this with the blimps during D&D.
this-
I'm really happy that
it's-
you're
okay.
continuing it with the hot air balloons.
hot air balloons. Okay, yeah. Since 1964, because I don't think they could record all of them for like 300 years. All right, this is like FAA
They didn't have
certified.
pens before that.
That's true.
Didn't
You couldn't
exist.
write anything down. So, well, it'll just blow away if they wrote it with a stick. And so this is 70 fatalities since 1964 with hot air balloons.
That's not
Like,
that's not that many.
Wow.
That's
Huh.
I think this is the safest way to travel.
That's really not many at all.
That's really low.
only
Dude.
70?
And then this is get this part too. 775 recorded accidents with hot air balloons. Okay.
And
so
only
what?
think-
You know how many car accidents there are a day?
So it's like
Well,
a
I know, but,
10%
like-
fatality rate on accidents that are
You
recorded.
get into an accident, a fucking hot air balloon, like that's not gonna. You can't just like roll away from that, dude. You're in the air.
Is it the not when the accident happens?
I think. I mean,
I think the accidents usually happen when they hit the ground.
or maybe two hot air balloons collide, or one hits.
I don't think.
Can you imagine,
Imagine the odds.
that being your primary mode of transportation. You're like, kids, we're
Yeah.
going to Disney this week. They're like, yeah, Dad. And then all week
We're
you're like,
taking the
you're like,
balloon.
you're like, oh, southerly wind. Oh, southerly wind.
Please, God.
Nope, kids, we're going to Prince Edward Island again. Ah!
Not again. Yeah, I always. Can you steer in those
I don't
things?
think so.
Like, are they useful at all?
I've been to a hot air balloon festival.
Yeah.
In
Well, New Mexico, they have a. Yeah.
There's
They
one
have
in
a-
Bend.
Yeah.
We
it's
watched the
pretty
launch in there.
cool.
Yeah. It's great. And how do they keep? Okay. Also, like, okay, if we're talking can't steer, right? At those festivals, there's like 150 just flying into the air. Like it's like if we had cars like in a parking lot that cannot steer, and everyone just hits the gas at
I
the same
think
time.
the wind generally takes them the same direction.
There's a guy on a towers too to help him
Yeah.
land, and he just throws a hook. He goes, ah! And then he reels him in.
But what if like the guy in like the Pikachu hot air balloon is going a little faster than the guy with like the Dilbert balloon, and the Pikachu is like collides with him from behind? Like this is you can't slow it down, you can't steer it. Like I think these are dangerous
say
fucking
Dilbert?
vehicles. Yeah, yeah.
Pikachu is ramming Dilbert from behind.
I don't think there's a Dilbert hot air balloon.
I think there is, dude.
I think you're thinking of the Macy's Day Parade.
Hang on, you're gonna fucking.
I think you're thinking of the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. I don't think you're thinking of hot air balloons.
Those are like basically the same things, dude.
No,
like
those are balloons.
Yeah, well, fuck, without the basket, right? Like you can
put a basket on that
without
son
the
of a
hot.
bitch, and you're good.
put the basket, dude.
It's without the hot.
Oh,
the
you're
hot is
purist.
the important part.
Yeah, it's cold air, whatever. Anyways, do you think you could drive one of these drunk, like a hot air balloon?
Legally, you mean?
Yeah.
That's interesting. I think your main regulatory agency would probably be the FAA.
It's not a plane, dude.
Doesn't matter.
Is it flight if you're in a balloon, dude? It's like floating.
Drones are monitored by the FAA.
Yeah, drones fly, dude. I don't know, man. I think hot air balloons, like
Hot air balloons fly.
bring them back, dude. That's what they float and they drift. All right, that's not flying. Okay, well, Wright brothers, like they call that first flight. They don't call first flight when.
Okay. So the hot air balloon gets shot down, and luckily,
Oh yeah, the movie.
luckily, the bottom of their basket was a boat, and they land in some water, and they sail
go
to
to
the
the
moon.
I really like the moon.
I thought that was unrealistic, dude. I didn't like this part. Okay.
Well, no, they explained it because of the positive neutrinos, and he has a Schwartz radius, and it interacts with the field kinetics.
Those
Ryan,
words.
sounds like
Does that make you feel better? Does that
making stuff up, dude.
Denali, did that make you feel
he's
better?
trying to help
Did that
you.
make you feel better?
He's
I
putting
think
some-
you're trying to take the piss out of real science, dude. Like this is a movie.
No,
about
I'm not
science
taking the
and
piss out of real science. I'm
Thanks, you're
taking
trying
the
to
piss out
take
of
the
like
piss out of
comic
him.
book nerds. I'll openly say who I'm hating on. It's like
Okay.
comic book nerds.
I think we should talk
And
in
Star
British
Wars
accents
fans.
the rest of this podcast.
Blimey. What accent could I do? Is it Cockney that I do? A British accent. Oh, I can do Tommy Shelby from People. Peaky fucking blinders. This is a fucking
They're not the same accent, just with someone with a deep
no.
voice.
No, it's different.
No, it's a little different.
Tommy Shelby. No. I lost it. It's gone.
Hopefully
Ryan,
you
what do you
don't
got?
find it. Could you imagine if you raised your child
Yeah.
on just like, I guess, Terry Gilliam movies or Monty Python, and you're like,
Yeah.
that's how British people are, and
That's how they are.
weren't able to consume any other British media, and then one day you were like, we're going to London.
Oh my
God.
Maybe show them Austin Powers too.
You know how like confusing it would be to see the Queen of England or the King of England, like if that's your view of like something that's so stately, or like just any kind of British, like the Brits are dry.
The Brits are really dry. The people are wonderful people. I had a really good time.
I don't like them.
Fish and chips? Ugh.
I don't fucking like them.
You know what? Actually, I have a problem with London style fish and chips because they leave the fucking skin on.
Oh, descaled, right?
Isn't that the
Well,
best part,
sort of.
dude? It's like when you eat Kentucky Fried Chicken, you want the fucking skin on.
Holy
dude. Like,
fucking
you're
shit!
eating fish and
wait,
chips.
wait,
dude.
the
Like,
movie.
you rip the skin off. Do you rip the skin off or eat fish and chips?
We're an hour and 7 minutes in, and we
Oh
haven't
my god,
even
we gotta
talked-
wrap this. We're only like 30% of the movie. Jesus. what do
Anyways,
we-
the moon was cool. I thought the moon was cool. I thought it was really inventive. I had never seen anything like that.
I didn't
At
like the moon.
least I didn't see anything like that was made before this. You know, so like I was laughing at all the horny jokes.
I thought it was funny.
The tickling the feet jokes was actually
that
really
was
good.
that was kind of funny. Did you guys notice that was Robin Williams?
Yeah, they weren't
Yeah.
allowed to put his name on this film.
Yeah, he did it for free. It was like a SAG issue, I
He
think.
did it
right?
for. I had read, mind you,
Okay.
I didn't read that hard, that they weren't allowed to put his name on the movie because they didn't want them using Robin Williams' name for, I guess, kind of like clout for being like,
Oh.
hey, come watch this movie. Robin Williams is in it.
And that was a good call because tons of people saw this movie on its own merit.
It seems like it would make more sense if it was a SAG issue.
Yeah, I guess they ran out. The story I read, and that also might be true, Jace. But they did say they ran out of budget, and Robin Williams agreed to fly out and do this in one day, unpaid, and gave a pretty wet performance.
Yeah, I really liked that he. I'm not a big Robin Williams guy, but I really did like his part in this, especially because he sold it the two personalities so well. He's a guy whose head is detachable from his body, and when the head's detached, both of those components have a different personality than when they're put together.
Yeah,
like when they're put together, he's like his real self, and when they get detached, it's almost like a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy situation.
he played 3 roles.
Yeah,
in one.
The physical comedy from the headless body was so good when he's like chasing his wife around the castle. It's so funny.
He did this thing with a mango that I think was one of the grossest things I've ever seen. Where he eats, it's worse than the Lord of the Rings eating the tomato scene.
Yeah,
Where that weird king is like eating fucking like lobster rolls and shit, and like he's eating this mango, and it's like literally it's like spitting out, and it's like all over his face, and it keeps going. And I like to think that Robin Williams was right by the crafty table and was like just kind of doing the scene because it's all in one day, and he just grabs a mango and then just starts eating it and spitting everywhere. It felt at this point in the movie, because I'd kind of mentioned that like I was having trouble like staying on board with the movie. This is where it felt like I was in a fever dream, where I was like, okay, we're on the fucking moon. Robin Williams is a floating head. Like, where is this story going? This is like listening to someone ramble or a podcast that can't stay focused on the plot of something. You just like he's chasing the moon wife around, and like now we're talking like it's just
right.
Yeah.
And that's what I loved about it.
Yeah.
Like that is why I liked it so much. That's my favorite type of long form story. Is just it's an and then story. I always like and then stories. But that's not the way most modern media is written. Most modern media is because stories. And like nowadays, if you go watch like a really great movie or even like a TV show, it has all these intricate plot lines, and like the world is like rich and beautiful, and characters do things for certain reasons that you know about, like that you learned about them previously, and there's all this internal logic, and it all comes to like a head in the final act and like has a conclusion. And this movie is just like, and then,
Yeah.
and I like that style of storytelling if it's done deliberately, which this is. I wrote a book based on that style of storytelling deliberately. That's my favorite style of story, is an Adventures of story. And
read Ryan's book, guys.
seeing
The man
him
who the sea
go
couldn't
from
drown.
the Sultan story to the moon story to then the volcano eventually to wherever the hell they went next, the fish, and then back to reality. I thought that was like really cool, and you don't see that much nowadays because people are clamoring for these like clever ideas. Like going to Netflix right now, there's probably a new Netflix original movie that came out today that's like this clever writing, and they try to make all this cool world building and like have all this like character plot and all this sort of stuff. It's not going to be nearly as much fun as this, and not every movie needs to be in that same sort of a Western idea of a story.
Yeah, I agree, Ryan. That element is cool. This did feel like a lot of sketches. I think they were kind of loosely, related in the narrative thread. You guys mentioned the next sketch, which was the Vulcan sketch, where it's basically in this volcano world.
With a thermonuclear bomb. I thought that joke was that killed.
I thought that was gonna be
yeah.
Chekhov's gun. I thought it was gonna come back at the end, but didn't.
The nuclear bomb bit was good. I think that was like one of the better scenes in this movie. You also have Uma Thurman in one. I think this is her first role. This is her first on-screen performance ever. I think she's literally like 18 years old.
First ever.
Yeah, it's not her debut because how long this took to produce, but this was her first acting, I think, big screen gig. And also like, okay, when I watched the trailer for this movie, like, did you guys see the trailer for this at all? Like on anything? Okay, I watched the trailer. This is the trailer. It's literally Uma Thurman, the scene where she's in like the clamshell, basically nude, and then
Venus.
it flashes to like it flashes to Baron von Munchausen being like, ooh, humana, ooh, and then it flashes another scene where she's looking like attractive, and then it flashes to Vulcan being like, humana, ooh, and then it goes back to her being half naked, and then roll credits, Baron Munchausen. Like, that was the trailer.
That's a trailer.
Like, I was like, what the fuck? Like, that wasn't anything. And I was like, is that the movie? And granted,
Okay, so do you want the movie spoiled for you in trailers like you do all the time, you piece of shit? Or do you want a funny trailer?
That's like the only thing in the thing. It was Uma Thurman. Like, what the fuck? I was in this movie for like 6 minutes. Like, I mean, granted, a lot of the real estate of this was 60-year-old men lusting after 18-year-old Uma Thurman. It was a little weird. This movie, too, like the whole vibe of the movie, like it feels classic, right? Not just because of the time period, but I think of the way it's made. Everything's practical. I think the way, like, maybe it's a British sensibility, but this feels kind of ancient. Like, this is a classic movie, and it's hard to believe that Jurassic Park came out like 4 years later. Like, Jurassic Park feels so fucking modern compared to something like this, which feels like something that came out like decades and decades before.
It's so like colorful and like blown up. Everything is like turned up to 10. And I really like that. I really hate this new way of shooting movies. Not that Jurassic Park is done this way, but like this new way of shooting movies where everything's muted and you don't have any like crisp decisions. There's no real color. And if it's color, it's something they bought at Old Navy for $5 so that to add color to the scene. Like I miss these movies that were like big sets and you had this theater stage actor riding a horse, decapitating 4 people. It's like really cool. I don't know. There's something so practical and like analog about this movie that if it was done digitally, it wouldn't have the same charm.
Yeah, he actually cut a guy's head off. It was wild.
What's his
Yeah,
horse's name?
man. Yeah. Bucephalus.
Bucephalus.
The name of Alexander. That's Alexander the Great. A horse.
Well,
name.
his dog's name was Argos. That's
The Odyssey.
That's yeah.
Argo,
Odysseus'
fuck
dog.
yourself.
This movie is rife with things that you might know if you like history, I guess.
Yeah, if you're a history buff. Bucephalus is a famous horse. Alexander the Great famously named, I think, multiple towns after his horse.
Fucking
He
sick.
Conquered a city and was like, this is now named after my horse.
You are now Bucephalans.
And I heard there were generals on his party that were actually doing a lot of legwork. And they were like, hey, can I get a city? Like, can I get like Jefftown? And he's like, I'm going to do my horse like 6 more times. And I swear to God, I'm going to do a city for you.
What a dick.
He's a fucking asshole.
Well, he was like 14, so
Yeah, there's a lot of Alexander being an asshole stories. I mean, not just from the perspective of all his many victims, but from his coworkers as well. Yeah, I mean, this movie goes on and on because there's a lot of, we can't cover every vignette. This thing does.
Well, we can, because after the volcano, they go to the fish's stomach.
Fish, yeah. When they're in the fish's stomach and there's the pirate ship, at that point I was like, come on. Like I sighed because I was just like, I don't want another vignette. Like I just want the story to go on. And it's like, we got to get introduced to the wacky. Like
they had to get their crew
story
back.
I don't like it.
because back in the day, dude, like stories were entertainment. You dropped your kid off at the corner in the city, and there was a dude there doing a puppet show. And so he had to just throw shit in. Like he wasn't writing an episode of Severance. He was like just making this story about like, then they went to the fish. Oh fuck yeah! And there was all of the Baron's friends were there, and they how'd they get on the fish?
This is me DMing.
They made the fish.
Wait.
They made the fish sneeze, and he sneezed them out, and they landed on the moon. It's like that's just how stories used to be.
They kind of go on, and it gets to the end, right? Where it's kind of a climax. He gets the gang back together, and they take down a whole Ottoman siege encampment.
Pretty cool.
Avenger style.
Yeah. I have to agree with this one. It was Avenger style. And we got a Speed Force scene.
Anybody watch Shawarma?
Yeah. And then
we find out that was
he got JFK.
Yeah. Get JFK. They'd said that in the production. They were like, they wanted to mimic JFK him. Yeah.
Which was really cool. I actually thought the reveal of the new bad guy hiding behind the Grim Reaper statue. And so we had a little bit of a cushion for him about to get killed. Like that was a dope shot. Actually, like a really cool set idea for the assassin to be hiding behind a statue of the thing that was been trying to kill him the whole time. Like that's pretty dope.
Can you snipe a guy with a gun like that?
With a musket? I don't think so. I think they are like arguably the worst for targeting a single person.
I shot a musket in the Boy Scouts.
Oh.
And brag. But the ball, it's like a ball and it just goes straight out, and they're just like, you just kind of aim it in the general direction and it just kind of fucking flies wherever. And he's in a crowd. I don't know. I don't think this movie's realistic. Is this what I'm saying?
Wow, you don't think? What? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I don't think that would have happened. Yeah, and then the angel of death comes down. He dies, and then it's like, reap. I was telling a story the whole time. This was a fucking story. It wasn't real.
Yep, I love it. That's what all of Terry Gilliam's movies are like. Terry Gilliam's movies have like these weird endings. In Time Bandits, everybody fucking explodes.
They just die.
Like Jason, literally the ending
I
of
missed that part.
Time Bandits, the last Terry Gilliam movie, is they're just like standing outside their house, and the people, for absolutely no reason, just spontaneously explode into a million little bloody pieces.
Did they go back to the wrong time?
No.
It was the right time. The evil villain shows up and he's like, haha, little boy, you beat me. Say goodbye to your parents. And the parents explode. And the boy's like, no, mom and dad. And then the
roll credits.
Pans up.
So this movie, like having
Evil
them
prevails.
just be like, it was, I mean, it's kind of on. I mean, even the Monty Python and the Holy Grail, it just ends on kind of a anticlimax.
That's like the guy. Well, go ahead.
I read that you were an actor. You did not want to be on a Terry Gilliam set. Heard that he was like
he did not treat his actors well.
And mind you, as an adult, I think the person who played Sally said that like you can enjoy this movie. It's a great movie. I'm glad it's out there. But like as a child, they were like, I think they've written a book about kind of the abuse that occurred. Meaning like there were explosions around me. I was sitting in frigid cold waters for hours, and it's like,
dude, I was thinking about that watching the movie even, because there's a scene where she's running and there's pyrotechnics going off really close to her, and like any movie now, like they would not take that risk of having a child that close to a fucking cannon. Like,
she's not pulling 16s in an iPhone factory. Let's be real here.
Yeah, suck it up. Well, she said she was traumatized for sure. But those that scene where she's wading through water, and the water is like 4 feet deep, and she's got a dress on, and like that's hard. Like if she got caught, and so that's dangerous. And I'm like, that you don't need to do that. Like you don't need to do that to your child actor. Like, yeah, I was feeling that in this movie. Yeah, it ends. It was, but then like it was kind of real, like right, because they were like, open the gate, and the Ottoman encampment's destroyed. But he was just describing that in a story. And then it was
never a story, Harry, was it?
It was true.
Harry Potter. It wasn't a story.
Yeah.
That just felt to me. That felt like Terry Gilliam just giving me the double fucking middle fingers to me, just straight on the fucking screen.
I loved it. I've never seen anything like that before. I think that's great.
It's like, eat shit. This was a waste of your time.
Yeah, I liked it. I like that about it.
Yeah. Should we get into the meters? Like
1 meter.
This could be
movie
dog meter. This is a dog movie.
It's also a horse movie.
The time travel movie.
It could be an end of the world
movie for end of the world for Hungary.
Yeah.
Okay, Jace, you need to give us your movie review.
Yeah.
For the score that I'm gonna give it, I really enjoyed the movie. I feel like we mentioned it was kind of a slow start. I felt like I didn't really understand or know who a lot of the characters were, and there's a lot of information being thrown at me. But I'm kind of reading a book like that, so maybe I'm attuned to it. I think the humor was like kind of top notch. Robin Williams saying, "I don't have time for flatulence and orgasms" as his head flies off the screen. It was just like the movie was filled with those, and made it really enjoyable for me. I don't know. I think I'm sitting at like a 7. I'd probably recommend people to watch it. I was a little worried after like just saying that we were gonna watch it that I was gonna be like, this does not hold up like a lot of the older movies we've watched. But I think they avoided about everything that would have like that I think would have been a problem. There wasn't I don't think like Terry Gilliam was trying to make the Ottoman Empire look like a bunch of dipshits. You know, everybody was looking like a dipshit or something.
Yeah.
So I appreciated that aspect of it. The sets were beautiful. The shots were beautiful. I'm looking at a list of images from it and I'm like, wow. It held up. It wasn't what I expected, and I would tell people to watch it, but it was long enough and it was like complex enough that I'm knocking it down a little.
Cool. I'm gonna go out on a limb and I'm gonna give this thing a 9.
Whoa!
I mean, I was thinking about this, thinking about maybe giving it like a 7 or an 8, but then I was like, I think I would probably only do that because that's what my brain thinks other people would want to give it. I had a good time. I agree that the humor hit it for me. The sets were amazing. I felt like everybody was actually there a lot of the time. It was really creative. It did so many different things I had never seen before. And this was a movie. Like, it's a movie about a story, but it's a movie. And it would have been so easy to fuck that up and just essentially do like a talking head sort of story. But they really used the audio visual aspect of it to its fullest. And I think it's gonna be a rewatch for me for sure. And I don't know. It's okay to like weird stuff. It's okay to like things that aren't perfect.
No, it's not.
This movie's not perfect, and I think it's okay to just like have idiosyncrasies about you that, like, you know, this one guy, he likes this one movie, and fuck, this might be one of those movies that I just like have an affinity for.
Is this like reactionary? Did Denali give this a 0 on Letterboxd?
No, I didn't.
No, a lot of people like don't vibe with it, and I just saw a big budget, you know, blockbuster A-list movie in the theaters last week and didn't like it. And part of it because I felt like it was a talking head movie. And this is I think this is anything but. Man, I don't know. I'll give it a fucking 9, I guess.
Damn. Yeah, I called out Ryan personally in my letterbox. I was like, "This seems like a fucking Ryan." No, look. You guys already know kind of where I'm going with this. I don't like to be a parade rainer, so I'm gonna be nice. You guys are making me realize nice things about this movie too, which makes me raise the score a little bit. And I'm actually glad that you guys actually really like this movie, so we don't have to be like really down on this shit, because I feel like it's draining when the three of us hate the movie and it's not fun to discuss, and we're like, oh fuck, like it feels like our life force is drained. I think there's a lot to enjoy here. Like, I think this movie to me was a better watch than I'm gonna mention Time Bandits again. Like, I think this movie did a lot of things that were misses in Time Bandits. I think this is kind of Terry Gilliam's thing. You got the quirkiness, you got kind of the auteur thing. I think there's a lot of things that are interesting here. This movie, for me, suffered some pacing problems. I don't really like how some of these things were drawn out. I was kind of getting the SNL effect, I think, with some of these vignettes where, you know, on SNL, they have to stretch a concept for time for 6 minutes. And it's kind of like, okay, let's maybe cut. I wish this was a little shorter. Not all of the humor was hitting for me, but some of them really hit. So it was kind of a mixed bag, but I'm not going to lie. Like, after about the 30-minute mark, I was just kind of laying there. Me and Amber were laying there on the couch, just like trying to run it out. Like, I was just like, I'm waiting for this to end. It didn't hit for me. I know this is a favorite movie for other people, though. I'm going to give it a 3, not because I think it's a terrible movie, but it wasn't working for the old D-Dog over here. Okay. I think this is worth a watch if you want to uncover a hidden gem, even just to appreciate a high budget movie you've never seen from this era. Like, there's some shit to see here. And I honestly think if I was a kid, I would have loved this movie. Like, there's a lot of really cool elements I think growing up I would have loved.
You know what really makes me sad? I think that's totally fair, Denali. Absolutely fair. What makes me sad is there will never be another movie like this. There will never be a fully practical movie like this. If they ever do it again, it's just going to be personality-less, bland CGI schlop, and they're going to completely ruin the idea and not capture what's like magical about this sort of thing.
Or there could be this movie made with AI.
No.
Oh, yeah, Ryan, AI. Let's AI this. Chris Pratt as Baron Munchausen. Mel Gibson
I do kind of hate
as-
where we're at with the
Yeah.
the overall trend of making media right now. I think like
slop.
I think
Lot
I
of
kind
slop.
of there are some heavy hitters, and it's like anime for me. And the rest is like
Look, as
maybe everyone felt
somebody,
that way.
so I think there were some good movies that came out. There was some good Oscar noms this year. Challengers kind of got fucking shaded. But I think some
You're a
good
challenger,
like
Stan.
yeah, I'm a Challenger stan. Honora fucking swept the Oscars. I think there are some good movies that are having success nowadays. But yeah, you're right. Like the Netflix industrial, industrial complex
Content farm.
is just like yeah.
It's just a fucking content farm now.
I was just watching a trailer for The Gorge the other day. I think I texted you guys about that. That movie looks like pure fucking slop. And I was like, this is GBGB's core. We should watch this. It's Apple TV. Like Miles Teller. It just looks bad.
Miles
It's about, like,
Teller, Anya Taylor-Joy, Sigourney Weaver.
two military people guarding opposite sides of a ridge. And the ridge is like another dimension or some shit.
Oh, it's not just
You see
like
the Gorge.
Washington. No, just
Yeah, it's about the Gorge, the venue. Yeah. Let us know what you think about the Adventures of Baron Munchausen. All right, you guys are Monty Python fans? Sure you are. You listen to podcasts. You're millennials probably. You watch this movie and let us know what you think. Let us know what you think about our review. All right, are you a fucking stan for this movie and you want to come after me because I shat on your favorite movie?
then I was a
Get in my
1%er.
DMs. I'm a 1%er.
Yeah, well, 1.5 stars on Letterboxd is that.
Yeah, I gave it a half star on Letterboxd.
You gave it a half star?
Didn't I give it a half star?
You're a
Maybe?
0%er.
I'm a fucking hater, dude. I'm a hater. Follow us on Letterboxd. I'm Bag of Donuts with a Z.
I don't give out my personal information.
Ryan lives.
No.
but-
I get to pick a movie.
Yes, please.
Oh, dude, you got it on lock? Wait. Can I ask a question? Sorry to go back to the
Yes.
movie. The blind executioner. Did anyone Google
yeah.
that? Is that a thing?
Like so does
I did
shit.
not Google it, but it was really funny.
Okay.
Did the extra just show up like that? He's like, hey, I just escaped from like a sawed maze,
We need another guy.
and I would love to get work like right now.
Do you have something for this?
You know what? Yeah.
Yeah. So this week, Denali has been flexing his cynical, critical sort of view of the world, and I think I've been talking about making him watch Monsters Inc. But this movie left me a little, I don't know, left me a little wanting more. I was told it was going to be a horny movie, and it wasn't.
Oh no.
So I might need to fulfill that. I might need to scratch that itch. So I think we're gonna watch Zootopia.
Oh, you got my hopes up for Magic Mike there, but
Zootopia.
I think I want to watch Zootopia. I've seen it once.
Okay, let's do it. Zootopia.
Zootopia.
Join us next week. Zootopia. Shall we leave our audience with a story, Jace? Let's popcorn a story. Baron
there
Munchausen. Yeah.
What'd you say?
there
Once
Was
a
Baron
who
24
farts
inside
his
giant
Budapest
hot
sealed
carriage
so
a
blue
20
French Canadian
geese
away from a tornado.